I've been doing YouTube for exactly 10 weeks now. Woo, go me. And in that 10 weeks, despite being stuck at home and not being able to continue normally with my life, whatever that really means, I've learned a huge amount. There have actually been so many lessons that I've learned over the past 10 weeks that before I started this journey in YouTube, I didn't even know some of these lessons existed for me to learn. And I probably will share a lot of those lessons going forward in the future, but I wanted to share the one lesson that's had the most profound impact on me in this short space of time. Just kind of in the hope that it might go and inspire at least one person to go and do one of the things that they want to do. And that lesson, really simply, is just get started. Now, for a lot of people, that lesson won't be anything new. In fact, if you watch any video that's like tips for brand new YouTubers or tips on how to start a new business, you'll usually find that tip in there somewhere. To just get going, to make use of what you've got at the moment and your skills at the moment. For YouTube, it was always things like just film your first videos on your phone or just upload that first one. It's probably going to be rubbish anyway. And even though I saw this piece of advice being repeated again and again, it kind of just didn't really sit right with me. It just didn't really sit right with my way of doing things, with, I guess, the perfectionist within me. I'm kind of very much a do it right or don't do it at all kind of person. And because of this, I probably spent around 6 to 8 months learning as much as I could about making videos. I learned how to use a proper camera. I saved up enough money for a decent set of equipment. I learned how to get nice sounding audio, to do decent lighting. I learned how to edit effectively. I learned how to shoot B-roll to help me tell my stories in a cinematic and kind of engaging way. I even put a lot of time and practice into learning how to talk to a camera like this, which, trust me, is a lot more difficult than it might sound. And I learned loads and I took in all this knowledge and this information, but I never really did anything with it. I never made that step to actually posting a video. And then coronavirus hit, and I really didn't have anything else to do. So I decided just to go for it. I decided just to get started, to upload my first video. And boy, was hitting that upload button scary. I didn't feel ready at all. Heck, I actually still don't feel ready when I hit that upload button. But I'm glad I did. In fact, I'm really glad I did, because I really enjoy it a lot. Now, don't get me wrong, all that work that I did in preparation for this, all that learning how to use a camera and how to make good videos, probably does make a difference. At least I hope it comes across in my videos that they're fairly decent quality, or else I guess at times kind of wasted. But none of that time would have meant anything had I not actually uploaded that first video. It also really helps me that the response from all of you has been absolutely incredible. Side note, remember to hit that big red subscribe button below if you've not already. And I am genuinely so grateful that the work that I'm doing, the effort that I'm putting in, and the time that I'm putting into these videos every single week is having some sort of impact on other people, no matter how small. But I think what this whole experience has really taught the perfectionist in me is that yes, you have to have high standards, of course you do. And you need to hold yourself to those high standards too. But there is definitely a balance to be struck. On the other side of that coin, you can't let those high standards actually hold you back from doing the thing that you set out to do in the first place. And I think it's all too easy to let that happen. You can have the highest standards in the whole world for something, but if you don't actually do anything with those standards, if you don't actually go and do something, then what's the point in having them? So I guess I've kind of come up with like a new formula for me that helps me decide when to start doing something I want to do. In advance, I decide what point I feel like I'll be ready to start that thing, whatever it might be. I'll decide what skills I need, what experience I need, what knowledge I need, and then I'll start that thing well before that point I've set myself. I'm not gonna wait for that moment that I've set myself because it'll probably never come. I'm the kind of person that tends to have quite high standards for myself, and that means that as soon as I get near those high standards, the standards raise again, and I just keep constantly changing these goalposts for myself and use it as maybe a bit of an excuse or a reason not to actually just do the thing. In fact, talking about this reminds me of a phrase a magician much funnier and much wiser than me once said. He said that you should leap first and the net shall appear. I mean, he's dead now, but I think it's a pretty good piece of advice anyway. Now, as I write this and as I film this video, I know that there is at least a handful of people out there, some of you will be watching this video, some of you won't, who have an idea, a plan, maybe even a dream to do something. But you'll be waiting for the right moment, maybe for the right time, maybe for the right circumstance, or the right situation to get started. And from someone who just over 10 weeks ago was in that exact same position, I've got some advice for you. Prepare yourself, but prepare yourself just enough with the right skills, experience, and knowledge needed to give yourself a good chance at success. And as soon as you're that prepared, that tiniest bit prepared, get going with it. Just get started. Because at the end of the day, you'll never know until you try. I'll see you in the next one.